When I started on this journey of unpacking my misogyny, I quickly realized how terrible things were, right? What a terrible state we're in. And how much harm we actually cause women, right, as men. This man is going through it. He's going through the same, you know, indoctrination or unwashing of his brain that I am going through and went through. And I love it. I love this page. I consume copious amounts of their content because this is how it feels. Like this, like how he's reacting right here about this video. I'm about to show you guys how he's reacting about these numbers is exactly, this is how, when men start to see what's going on, this is how you're supposed to react to it. Like it is so shocking how terrible men are sometimes. Like you just, as a man, you just like, what? Like you just can't even believe it. Even as a man, you can't believe it.
How bad is it? How bad is it?
Adult fathers 20 years or older were responsible for 26.7% of births to very young adolescent mothers under 15 years old at conception.
Oh my gosh.
When for me, when I heard that, I didn't, it wasn't unbelievable because I grew up in the hood and I saw it firsthand. So I was like there might have been a part of my brain I was like, oh, that's crazy. But then like the other side of my brain was like, nah, you knew Tamika and Tanya and you know what I mean? Like, and I could, I could go back to and remember like 4 or 5 girls who had, like old ass baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew some that had 30, they baby daddies in their 30s and they was in their teens. So yeah, I saw that shit firsthand.
This is all statutory rape.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
For girls who gave birth by the age of 15, 39% of the fathers were between 20 and 29 years old.
Oh my God, this is gross. This is crazy.
Well, and then you think about the fact that 15% of births to teen mothers are the second child.
Yeah. Oh.
These women are being victimized over and over again, even though they don't consider themselves victims.
15% of teen births, 15% of teen births are second children. So 15% of teenagers, 15% of teenagers who have babies twice. Like what? Twice? As a teenager? Jesus.
I'm sure. But anyways, this percentage increased to 53% for girls who had given birth by the age of 17. So 53% of men were ages 20 to 29 and when the mom gave birth by the age of 17. The mean age difference between...
Wait for this number. Hold on, but let's go back a little bit. So 53% by the age of 17. So I said this one time in a live and people were correcting me. I was like, most teen births, teen pregnancies are with, like older, like statutory rape scenarios, right? And they were like, nah, public, you're wrong. 53% by age 17. Sounds like most to me. I knew it was most. I remember reading it a long time. I was like, oh shit, it's fucking crazy. 53%. Yeah, most. Crazy. That is, any number is wild, but 50, like, hey man, 20 and 17. Y'all met in high school. Like, there's different scenarios. I ain't about to sit here. I'm not on none of that absolute shit. Like, I ain't. Legal and moral are two different things. Legal and moral are two different things in my mind. Two different things. To y'all can say whatever. You meet, you know what I'm saying? Like, you met a girl, you 16, she 13, you 17, she 14, whatever. Y'all can say, fine. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think that that's gross. I don't think nothing of it personally. You met a girl. Here's where morally it's weird though. Right? You met her, like I said, you met her at 17. Now she's 17 and you're 20. You guys been together that time. Cool. I can understand that. I think it's weird for you to be 20 and then go meet a 17-year-old. I think that that's weird. You see what I'm saying? I think that that's like, why are you doing that? It's, at that point, it's not, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what do you like? You can't make the excuse because essentially I'm saying like, so if you met somebody when you're 17, so you're just supposed to break up with them when you turn 18, which some people say, yeah, okay, you should. Cool. That's fine. But morally, I get that. Like, I'm like, no, like I said, you guys are in school together. It makes sense. But typically, where are you at with a 17-year-old if you're a 20-year-old? You know what I mean? Like, where are you guys hanging out at? That's not like to me, you're going out of your way to find a high school aged girl. So that's where the morality comes in. And that's a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old. That's fairly fucking close. That's fairly close, right? Anything above, like, you 25, you dating a 17-year-old, you 25 dating an 18-year-old, you're 30 dating a 20-year-old, gross, disgusting. There is like a little bit of a gray area for me. Then it becomes strict. Then it's black and white for me. There is no gray area whatsoever at a certain point. I'm like, nah, this is all black and white. You're fucking disgusting. This shit is crazy. More than half of teenage births by the age of 17 are caused by men in their between the ages of 20 and 29. That's disgusting. It just says by the age of 17, by the way. Like I said, a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, that means they're still hunching on 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. That is crazy. That is crazy. The amount of men that do that. Crazy.
29, and when the mom gave birth by the age of 17. The mean age difference between very young adolescent mothers and adult fathers is about 8.8 years.
Oh.
Hold on. Did you hear that?
About 8 men were ages 20 to 29, and when the mom gave birth by the age of 17. The mean age difference between very young adolescent mothers and adult fathers is about 8.8 years.
Oh.
8 point. That is way beyond any gray area. No excuse. What? 8.9 years? 16 to 25, 15 to 24, 14 to 23, 13 to 22. What? Lord help us. Men are fucking disgusting. I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh my, where are the parents?
So many.
Where are the parents? Where are the parents is crazy. I'm not going to hold you, Dad. Not going to hold you, my guy. Parents cannot watch their kids at all times. This is not a parental problem. It's not. It's really not. You talking about teenagers. You're talking about teenagers. Now, I was a teenager, as all of us were, by this age, right? You know what it's like to be a teenager. You could love, your parents could love you, put you in the best circumstances, love you down, give you the best, You gonna hunch who you gonna hunch. This is like blaming, this is like thinking that you can like stop somebody from cheating to me in a way. Like, if a person wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat, right? If an older man and a teenage girl want to hunch, they are going to hunch. Like, there's no way to stop that as a parent. Like, what are you talking about? That's not the right response. Why are these men doing it is the only, to me, it's really the only rational, logical response. Anything else besides that is inconsequential, right? Because parents are involved. What are you doing now? Are you checking their phones? Like, you're not keeping tabs on your kids at all times. At all times? They can't go to the mall without you. They don't get to go to sporting events without you. High school games, practice. They have tons of time to not be around you. And the same way that your teenager a lot of people hunching their teenage year. I think most people end up hunching by 16 or 17 in this country. But just that way, the same way that that's the case, if they're hunching somebody, that somebody could be an adult. The fuck? Nah, bro. Not the right response. He's still learning though. Not trying to burn him, but that's crazy.
Concerns, including just like the power balance.
Imbalance.
Between somebody that much older than you and you.
Yeah.
And then you have a baby and then you're connected to them.
Mm.
And more dependent.
Yes, more dependent.
Lock them all up. We need to start a special task force to lock them all up, but the police won't, because a lot of the police might be responsible for it. I don't want to say that too loud on here, but you guys know where I'm going with that. But yeah, shout out to this man for being pink pill, man. My wife pink pills me all the time. I'm still getting pink pill. Funny story. Apparently my child thinks that I'm smarter than my wife because I know more about misogyny. He thinks I know more about misogyny than my wife does. He's never told me that. If he told me that, I would correct him. I'll be like, no, your mom taught me about misogyny. She was the one that told me I was misogynistic. But yeah, so kids don't be knowing shit. Don't be listening to your kids, man. Men, don't let these babies gas you up. They don't be knowing nothing.